Maya Thompson never believed hatred could live inside her this long. 3 years had passed since Judge Raymond Carter, the most feared and respected legal authority in the entire district, had destroyed her life with a single stroke of his gavel. He had called her a liar, a manipulator, a fraud, and when she tried to defend herself, he silenced her with a glare so sharp it cut deeper than any sentence he passed. Maya had proof she was innocent, but every door she knocked on led back to him. Every appeal mysteriously failed. Every witness suddenly changed their story. People whispered that Judge Carter was untouchable, that going against him was like fighting the ocean. You could scream, but the tide never listened. So Maya lost everything. Her job, her savings, her name. And for 3 long years, she carried that injustice like a stone tied to her chest. But tonight, the same man who once towered over her from his courtroom bench lay slumped at the edge of a deserted rural road, rain pounding against his unconscious body. His luxury car had spun out on the slick pavement and crashed into a ditch. Maya had been the first to see the wreck. She had every reason to drive past him, to let the storm decide his fate the way he once decided hers, with indifference. But she stopped. Something in her heart, something she believed had died a long time ago, whispered, "Save him." She stepped out into the rain, flashlight trembling in her hand, and knelt beside him. The irony hit her like thunder. The man who had sentenced her to suffering now lay helpless in her arms. When Carter opened his eyes, confusion flickered in them before recognition hit. "You," he whispered, voice hoarse with pain. Maya didn't answer. She checked his pulse, steadied his head, and called emergency services. Carter swallowed, guilt flickering across his face. "Why? Why would you help me?" Maya stared at him, soaked to the bone, heart pounding with a mix of rage and something deeper. "Because I won't let you turn me into what you are." He flinched, and for the first time, she saw fear in the eyes of the man who once made the world kneel. While waiting for help, Maya noticed a black briefcase, half buried in the mud near the shattered car door. It was unmarked, but heavy, too heavy for simple documents. Something inside her warned her not to touch it, but another part of her, the part that had survived humiliation, isolation, and injustice, knew that whatever secrets this man protected were the same secrets that destroyed her life. Carefully, she opened it. Inside were files, dozens of them. Photos, signed orders, payoffs, names she recognized, names of the witnesses who had turned against her, evidence that she had been framed and that Carter hadn't acted alone. At the top of the stack, one folder was stamped in red, Operation Silence. Her name was on the first page. Maya's breath caught in her throat as the truth unfolded. Carter hadn't destroyed her because he believed she was guilty. He had destroyed her because she had unknowingly exposed a corruption ring involving him and several higher-ranking officials. They needed a scapegoat, and she had been the perfect target, quiet, unnoticed, easily sacrificed. She stared down at the proof that could restore her name and ruin his. Justice wasn't just at her fingertips, was waiting for her to take it. Carter watched her with trembling eyes. "Maya, please, I can explain." She looked at him, this powerful man, now powerless, lying in the mud, then explained why my life was worth sacrificing. His lips trembled. It was supposed to be temporary. I thought you'd recover." "You thought wrong," she said. The sirens grew louder in the distance, blue lights piercing through the storm. Maya stood, clutching the briefcase. This was her moment. She could expose him, destroy him, give him back the pain he'd given her. But as she stared at him, broken, shivering, afraid, something unexpected rose inside her. Pity. Forgiveness didn't mean forgetting. It meant refusing to be controlled by a monster ever again. "I forgive you," she whispered. Carter's eyes widened, shocked. But then she leaned closer, voice colder than the rain. "But forgiveness isn't freedom. You're going to answer for what you did." Paramedics arrived. Officers questioned her, and for the first time, Carter didn't speak over her. He couldn't. He was strapped to a stretcher, pain twisting his face, powerless to manipulate anything. Maya handed the briefcase to the officers, repeating one sentence firmly: "I want this filed as evidence." That night, her story spread, not the story Carter wrote for her, but the one she reclaimed. People who once doubted her began asking questions. Journalists dug into the files. Investigators reopened her case. And slowly, Judge Raymond Carter, the man who had been untouchable, began to fall. It was poetic, beautiful. Justice, for once, leaned in her direction, and Maya finally slept peacefully for the first time in 3 years. But peace never lasts long. 3 days later, as she returned home from giving a statement to federal investigators, she noticed her front door slightly open. Her stomach tightened. She lived alone. Quietly, she pushed the door open. The house was dark, too dark. On her dining table sat a single envelope with no name, no seal, just a symbol, 2 intersecting black circles. The same symbol stamped on the Operation Silence folder. Maya's heartbeat hammered in her ears. She opened it with trembling fingers. Inside was a single piece of paper, lined neatly. The handwriting sharp and precise. You made your move. Now it's ours, until peace was taken from her. Maya stared at the photograph, her fingers trembling. The image captured her in mid-step, sunlight on her face, unaware of the shadow lurking just beyond the frame. The handwriting on the note burned through her mind. Now it's our turn. She had expected backlash from exposing Judge Carter, but not this level of precision, not surveillance, not a silent visitor who slipped into her home without leaving a trace. She locked the door, checked every room twice, then sat on the edge of her bed trying to steady her breathing. For a moment, she wondered if she should have kept the evidence hidden, but the moment passed as quickly as it came. She had spent 3 years being silent. She refused to go back. The next morning, she took the note straight to federal investigator Daniel Ruiz, the only person in law enforcement who had taken her seriously from day one. Ruiz was intense, sharp, and known for exposing corruption at any cost. He studied the message carefully. Operation Silence, he muttered. I knew Carter wasn't working alone, but this means they know you talked. Maya swallowed hard. What do we do now? Ruiz looked up at her with the kind of expression that told her whatever came next would not be easy. Now we hunt them before they comfort. That became the start of an uneasy alliance, one built on fear, truth, and a desire for justice. Ruiz arranged protective surveillance for her home, placed her under temporary watch, and began digging into the symbol printed on the note, to intersecting black circles. It wasn't a logo, it wasn't a signature, it was a warning. This symbol shows up in several corruption cases, Ruiz said days later as he dropped a stack of documents on the table. Cases that were mysteriously dismissed, people silenced, witnesses who vanished. Maya felt a chill crawl down her spine. So I'm not the first. No, Ruiz whispered, but you might be the last if we're not careful. They worked day and night, piecing together fragments of a conspiracy larger than either of them expected. Every thread led to another lie, another cover-up, another influential figure who had benefited from the system Carter protected. It was a web end Maya had walked straight into the center. 3 days passed. Then, one night, as Maya and Ruiz sat in his office reviewing files, an alarm blared through the building. Ruiz immediately grabbed his gun. Stay behind me. Footsteps echoed through the hallway. Not rushed, slow, intentional. Someone was walking toward them with absolute confidence, as if they belonged there. The lights flickered. A shadow appeared at the end of the corridor, and then a woman stepped forward, calm, her heels clicking like a metronome of danger. Ruiz stiffened. Evelyn Cole. The name meant nothing to Maya, until Ruiz whispered the next part. Deputy Director of Internal Affairs. Carter's closest ally. Evelyn smiled, but it never reached her eyes. Daniel. Maya, you two have been very busy. Ruiz held his weapon steady. You're part of Operation Silence. She shrugged lightly. Labels. Daniel. You know how messy things get when idealists refuse to cooperate. People get hurt. Maya stepped forward despite Ruiz's warning glare. You framed me. Evelyn tilted her head. Don't take it personally. Corruption doesn't work unless someone pays the price. You were convenient. The casual cruelty in her voice made Maya's stomach twist. Evelyn's gaze softened not with empathy, but with amusement. But I admire your persistence. Truly, few people survive what we do to them. And Carter. Maya forced the words out. Evelyn's smile sharpened. Carter was sloppy, emotional. He forgot the first rule. Silence is survival. Ruiz's jaw clenched. Why are you here? Evelyn stepped closer. To give Maya one last chance to walk away. Shut your mouth, disappear quietly, and we'll pretend you never existed. Maya's voice rose, surprising even herself. I won't be silent again. Evelyn sighed. I was afraid you'd say that. Without warning, she reached into her coat butt, not for a weapon. She pulled out a tablet and held it up. A live video feed appeared. Maya gasped. It was a camera pointing into her living room, her home, her safe place. Someone was inside. A masked figure stood in the corner, still as a statue, holding a lighter next to her bookshelf right beside the only photo she had left of her late mother. Evelyn whispered, one word from me, and everything you love burns. Ruiz lunged, but Evelyn raised a finger. Ah, think carefully. Daniel, you shoot me, she loses everything. Maya's heart pounded so hard she felt dizzy. Evelyn continued, voice softer than a knife sliding between ribs. You expose us, we erase you. You challenge us, we bury you. People don't win against us. Maya, they vanish. Ruiz looked at Maya, waiting for her signal. She stepped forward. Her fear burned away, replaced by something sharper. You made one mistake, Maya said quietly. Evelyn blinked. And what's that? You broke into the home of a woman with nothing left to lose. In a sudden motion, Maya grabbed the tablet out of Evelyn's hand and smashed it against the floor. Ruiz tackled Evelyn at the same moment, pinning her to the wall as security stormed the hallway. The signal was cut. The masked figure in her home, gone when agents arrived. No fingerprints, no entry points. Just a single symbol left on her coffee table, the overlapping circles. Ruiz turned to her. This was a message. They're not done. Maya clenched her fists. Neither am I. Evelyn was arrested, but she smiled as they led her away. Not a smile of defeat, one of anticipation. One that said the real danger hadn't even begun. As Maya stepped outside the federal building, the night air felt different, heavy. Charged, waiting. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. One message. You saved Carter. You arrested Evelyn, but you still don't understand. She was the smallest, one of us. Then another image appeared. A photograph of Maya standing beside Ruiz in the hallway, taken seconds earlier. Someone inside the building was watching them. Someone higher, someone untouchable. The final message blinked onto the screen.